Alright, so welcome back to this YouTube channel. So today I'm gonna give you a update of my analysis since the weekly forecast video. Okay, so on Monday we had this reaction down to the mean threshold of this bullish order block right here, and it closed above this daily balance price range, which is a good sign, and it also closed within this CB right here. So today's Tuesday, there is a news driver at 10, so I'll be looking at the mean threshold of this week. So I'm expecting price to consolidate on Tuesday, okay, because on Wednesday we have FOMC interest rates announcement. So I think Tuesday is going to be a consolidation day, more like a seek and destroy. So I'm looking for price to range around this range between this candle and this candle, right? So it's gonna be a inside candle, I suppose, right? And I'm still expecting the price to close above the daily balance price range here, okay? And on Wednesday, price should give us a good expansion. All right, that is what I'm expecting, preferably above this breaker, and that would invalidate the bearish setup. So if price can trade above this breaker here, or close above this breaker, then of course obviously I will be looking for continuation on Thursday and Friday into these highs right here, these two highs right here, these two swing highs, and probably into this inefficiency right here. Alright, that is what I'm expecting. So heading down into the hourly chart, right, as you can see, there's nothing much here except for this breaker. Okay, this candle right here, right, swing low, purge, revert, and then you have this breaker and you have this buy stops. Okay, that is what I'm looking at, right? If we get a good reaction of the breaker during the London, I think it's a good setup to go for this buy stops right here. But if somehow or other during London we took out Monday's high and reverted back down, I'll be looking at, of course, at least 50% of this expansion right here, which would bring us to right about the low end of the new week opening gap. Okay, and because price is consolidating, the new week opening gap usually act as a magnet for price to want to return back into. So that's a viable trade idea or setup, if you want to put it that way. Okay, so this is for ES, right? So let's head over to DXY. So as I've mentioned, I'm expecting bearish prices for DXY because it closed back down below this breaker right here, creating a balanced price range right here. Okay, this was yesterday's candle, and I was looking for the sell sides right here. I mentioned it on the weekly forecast. Okay, so I will be looking at dollar to see if it finds a reaction over here on the consequent encroachment of that weekly wick. But I do believe that we are heading into the sell sides here, and it can overextend into this bullish order block right here. Alright, the last line of defense for dollar would be the mean threshold of this daily order block. Clear enough? Okay, let's have a look at NASDAQ. So NASDAQ, right, just consolidating, nothing much as of now. I'm still looking for NASDAQ to tag into this breaker, right, because we have a upcoming high volatility news event. So it's very likely that NASDAQ is going to reach down into the breaker and see an expansion afterwards. Alright, that is NASDAQ. Okay, we have this BC right here, but if you take a range like this, if you draw a range like this, it's still quite far away from discount. And right here, if you use this impulse, the mean threshold of this breaker right here, it's equilibrium of this entire impulse, right, this entire downtrend. Alright, so let us look at Dow Jones. It's still closing within this breaker right here. Alright, not breaker, but the weekly volume imbalance right here. Alright, we have formed a swing high. So in any case, if Dow Jones is able to close, right, a candle close above the mean threshold of this order block, then I think it's very likely that this swing high is going to be taken, and if so, we would have a market structure shift with SMT, and that would be highest probability for Dow Jones to seek the buy stops right here. Right, as you can see, it's a little bit too clean. It looks like a ceiling right here, and right here as well. I think we are close enough to that consequent encroachment of this wick right here. So we have some confluence here as well. Okay, and what else? Overall, I think that Dow Jones and ES, they look pretty heavy as compared to NASDAQ. Okay, So we shall see how it goes on Wednesday, and I would much prefer ES to catch up to Nasdaq, but in any case that fails, then that would be anticipated, that would be expected as well. So I won't be looking for this swing highs on this buy stops above the consolidation right here if we do not see a strong expansion above this swing high. Alright, my main target right now is just this swing high and the inefficiency above the swing high. I'm not too concerned about the buy stops right here. Is that clear? Because it's very heavy as compared to Nasdaq. Okay, as you can see Nasdaq. So if Nasdaq can make a higher high, I do not expect ES to have the same type of power or the same type of or the same higher high if we do not get a strong candle expansion above this swing high right here. Understand? So there you go for my price anticipation, and I have already gave you the levels on the 1 hour chart as well to look out for, which is the breaker right here. I think let's just take a look at the 15 minutes. Alright, so yeah, I think that's it for today. For this video right here. Yep, the 1 hour is cleaner, so I'll stick to this breaker right here, and I'll see you again in the next video, which would be on Wednesday. I hope you find this insightful, and if so, it would be great for you to show your appreciations in the comment sections down below, and have a nice day.